Hi guys, I'm John Bro, and welcome back to Let's Play Bomberman Heroine, because why not? So yeah, this is the red cave. It's clearly not red, it's brown. I think it looks brown anyway. There are red creatures though. I think the color scheme looks more like burnt mozzarella than red. Anyways, these are what I'm just gonna call these Darth Maul rats, because they look like Darth Maul and they look sort of like rats at the same time. They're not naked mall rats, so don't be confused. They're Darth Maul rats. Clearly very different things. That's a pretty terrible joke. I know, but I don't care. And I never mentioned this before, but, yeah, you know you can drop the bomb like that with the down C button, but you can also jump and lay down a bomb in the air. I don't think I mentioned that, because if I didn't, then that's sad. But if I did, then... oh well, it's worth mentioning again, so it's okay. Yeah, I found that to be quite useful over time, whenever I'm jumping over enemies and things. You know, in some ways, the controls for this game kind of remind me of Cave Story. I've just thought about... I was saying how slick the controls were, and maybe that's not quite the right word. They're not really great for precise controls. They're not great for precision, is what I was trying to say, but... they still do really feel solid, and I think that part of the reason is maybe because it feels like Cave Story in my mind. The way you kind of float whenever you jump. It's cool. It's cool stuff. What do you have to say, cell phone walkie-talkie? Set the bomb underneath the... yeah, I know that. I knew that in the first stage. You don't have to remind me. Though I guess it is still helpful if you didn't know how to do that in the first stage, but... at least this game doesn't try to hold your hand all the way through, like, Bomberman, Bomberman, those platforms fall when you... hey, shut up, I don't need you. Stuff like that. And there's the end of the stage, we can just jump right in, and except I'm not going to do that because there's another exit to this stage, as you might have guessed. Although if you were trying to speedrun this stage, hold on. If you were trying to speedrun this stage, then you would do a tricky jump like that, except I didn't quite make it. I was pretty close, but no, not quite. Close, but no banana cigar. Aw, that didn't make it. Didn't make it. Come on. I don't even need to go up there anyway. I already got the bombs. I didn't realize that the giant bombs with the huge blast radius, I didn't realize that they counted toward your point total, so that's what tripped me up whenever I was practicing this game. And by practicing, I mean I was recording this and I had a terrible, horrible failed recording, so I decided to just scrap it completely. That's what I mean by practice. Darth Maul rats, go back to the Star Wars universe from whence you came. You know, who knows? These could have been actually based off of Star Wars. The main storyline of the game was based on Star Wars, so maybe these things were too, but... was this game around whenever Star Wars Episode 1 was around? I don't know. Maybe. I mean, there are no pod races in this game, but that would pretty much confirm it if it was, if that was the case. Oh, no, no, no! Okay, good. I didn't get skewered. I didn't get skewered by the falling platform that rises and falls and rises and falls, and that's all it does. That's its job in life, is to rise and fall and rise and fall. Just like... what is it? The Roman Empire? The rise and fall of the Roman Empire? Yeah, because that... I'm sure that book clearly has a great climax to it. It just sounds like it gets better and better. Judging by the title, that is. You always should judge a book by its title. Or its cover. Don't judge a book by its cover, judge it by its title. Oh wait, I skipped a cutscene. I'm not gonna skip that cutscene, I'm gonna watch the whole thing, even though it looks very similar to the ones where we're, you know, we're getting the aquamarine thing. But this is the bomber jet. It makes us look kinda like Buzz Lightyear. We are Bomber Buzz Lightyear. I kinda like these capsules, too. They are also probably inspired by Star Wars, but I don't know, they just look fun. They look like maybe those little containers where you eat Chinese food. Those little Chinese container things that are made of paper or cardboard or something. Bomber jet! Also, Bomberman says something really funny whenever he puts one of those things on, but I don't know what he says. I wish I knew. Oh, you can press A to speed up. I did not know that before. That isn't exactly helpful because you kind of want to stay going slowly whenever you want to try to get all the points that you possibly can. But if you're speedrunning this, then hold A, I guess. I keep talking about speedrunning. There's no way I'm ever going to speedrun this game. The only reason I'm thinking about that is because I saw a speedrun of this game that was tool-assisted, and that's the reason I don't know. I have speed on the brain right now. I have Bomberman, heroin, and speed on the brain. No. Yeah. One would probably argue that the enemies in this level and in this game in general are kind of uninspired, but I don't know. I'm just thinking that because, you know, there are lots of birds, there are lots of cannons, they just look like birds and they look like cannons, there's not really much else going for them, but since when have enemies in games really ever looked inspired? Just throwing that out there, because Goombas and Mario kind of look creative, but they're just frickin' brown mushrooms. They look like shriveled things with teeth. That's about all they are. And, you know, Butterfree, we all know where Butterfree came from. Miyamoto was playing in his backyard as a kid, and he's like, hey, look, butterfly! And then he just saw butterflies, and he said, Butterfree! Because that's how the Japanese pronounce their L's, is with R's, so Butterfly, Butterfree, Butterfly, Butterfly. Something like that. Oh, hello, UFO. Hello, UFO. Unidentified flying terrible laser beam that looks clearly like that thing from Area 6 in Star Wars, or Star Fox 64. Star Wars 64. I've never played any of the Star Wars games. Are they any good? I think that... I hear people talk about Star Wars Battlefront all the time, but I don't know, I think I played that once and it wasn't suited to my taste. Oh, come on, I wanted to get those! I wanted to get those! Oh, well, I think that the, scoring in the flying levels like this is more lenient than most of the other levels because you can't actually go backwards, which is hugely detrimental to my comfort and satisfaction as a human being, but still. I'm glad that it's a bit more lenient on the scoring, on the points, on the point system, because, unlike the water levels, unlike the ones with the marine, you can't lock on to things. None of the attacks that you have lock on to enemies automatically. You just kind of have to shoot and hope that things make it. The level high score to get 5 is just 7,000, so that's no problem. Thankfully. I mean, I was trying to get every single thing my first time playing through this, and it was horrible. It was just... it's horrible. It's horrible. So, yeah. That's all well and good. That's well and good. Can you just die already, giant cannon monster? Can you just die? Beaver cannon... Beaver cannon from Sunshine? Well, I'll see you back at that point. I'm spamming bombs, I'm spamming bombs. Oh, interesting. The score just jumped at the end there. Okay. Fascinating. Yeah, if you were wondering what was in that tiny little stack of boxes in the level, that there was a pink crystal and a heart. There was actually several hearts in that stage, so why I died on the stage, I don't know. Because it's kind of extremely forgiving. Anyways, I'm now gonna try again with that method for speedrunning this level. See if I get it right. Yes! First try, too. Goodness gracious. I mean, first try meaning, you know, first try after I beat that other level, but still, that's cool! Hooray! And now we've unlocked the Dark Wood. We have the Dark Wood and Dragon Road. Both of those sound like places from Diddy Kong Racing. Let's just go to the Dark Wood, I guess. I think there's also a fun way to speed through this level. Oh, ouch, pain. Let's see if I'm right. And... the end! That was it. I did it! We could proceed through the game now. But no, I'm gonna go back and change that 1 to a 5, because I like the look of a 5 much more than a 1. Which is why I always choose to get 5th place in Mario Golf. I don't know why I chose Mario Golf as my example for that. And be careful of some of these trees. Oh, some of them are monsters! Some of them are trees with toxic breath. Isn't that kind of the opposite of what a tree is supposed to do? A tree is supposed to give oxygen into the air. It's supposed to make us be able to breathe, not, you know, not breathe. Yep. See, trees are actually what are killing our environment right now, guys. So we should kill all the trees. If you're a tree hugger, squeeze that tree so hard that it suffocates and kills itself. That is what we should do. We should go brown. Because this level is brown, it is not green, or we could just go green and call the green toxic gas. Either way works for me. Also, oddly enough, the red tornadoes, they hurt you, but then there are other tornadoes that are like gray colored that don't hurt you, like this over here. This is a nice tornado. This is a good tornado. I remember a long time ago, there was a tornado warning or a tornado watch. I never remember which one's worse. I think that the warning is probably the worst one, I think. Because they're actually warning you about it. Instead of just making you sort of watch for it, I guess. But, yeah, it's just... I remember a long time ago we were hiding in the closet or whatever, because we didn't have a basement. I don't think we still have a basement, but... Yeah, it was strange, because my young mind had no idea what a tornado was. So I just personified the tornado, because I had no idea what it was, and I was telling my sister, "Hey, I'm a tornado, look at me! I'm a tornado, hi guys!" And I was just using my hand like a puppet or something. And she's like, "No, this is really serious. This is a tornado. That's not what a tornado is. It doesn't talk to you." I'm like, I was stupid. How do you not know what a tornado is in the middle of a tornado warning? It's kinda bad. Okay, I don't know exactly how to get to that platform. I'm sure it's not hard. I just don't know how to do it. Oh, there's another thing over here. I also knew this. I kinda like how these little platforms up here look like they're vegetated, and everything else looks barren and destroyed. It's kinda fun. Also, these little stump platforms, I'm not sure why, maybe it's because they're elevated above everything else, kinda like columns or something, but they remind me of specifically the first level of the second world of Wario World. Because, that's a spooky land, and this has spooky lands, and also it reminds me of Tigger's Honey Hunt. Has anyone played Tigger's Honey Hunt? Because it has trees that try to whack you and kill you. Yeah, it's a pretty nice game. That's a random topic of discussion. So anyways, thank you all very much for watching. Why did I say fairy? Thank you all very much for watching, and I will see you next time on Bomberman Hero.